Aries, welcome to Truth Well Told Tarot. This is your weekly tarot reading from the 27th of January to the 2nd of February 2020. Can't believe we're going into February now. This is for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. I hope you're well, Aries. So I'm just going to pull an overarching tarot card. This is the Tarot of Dreams deck by Marchetti. Let's see what we have, what the message is. Angel, spirits, guides, what do we have for Aries, please? What is the overarching message, please? Okay. I think we're ready now. There we are. Okay, Aries, we've got the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Yeah. I feel you're in your head. You know, this can be a sign of being in your own head a little bit too much, where things seem magnified, worse than they are. It can really disrupt your sleep patterns, that kind of energy. When you focus on something negative, it just gets worse. You know, that is the Nine of Swords. It's a magnified, illusionary card in a way. It's how our mind plays tricks on us. How when we kind of focus on our doubts, our fears, our negativities, our worries, our anxieties, all of this kind of thing, it can just get worse. And I think some of you are done with it. You're done with overthinking or being in your head about a situation now. I think some of you are getting clarity, and this is a change. This is bringing a welcome change, Aries. That's what I'm feeling. So this is getting clarity. You're getting direction back. You're getting perspective back. This can be about making decisions, choices, or speaking clearly where you need to speak clearly. Have conversations that you need to have conversations on. Speak your position or truth. It might well be to do with some truth that's come to light as well. But I think there is a welcome change happening, and it's from within. This is from within. This is mental energy. This is your mind. Yeah. Okay, let's pull an energy card to see what we have, Aries. So, angel, spirits, guides, what is the message, please, for Aries? Message for Aries, please, for the week. Okay. Oh wow. We have a new door to romance. For some of you, there's new love, meeting somebody that can unlock the key to your heart. And this is a heart that's caged. Interesting. New beginnings on the romantic front. You know, Aries, the other thing that I'm feeling as well is if you've had difficulties in romance or love, where you've been in your head, you know, a lot, you're getting perspective on. There is a real change. There's a big shift, certainly in how you perceive something, how you're overcoming something and moving on from something. Remember, the Knights are the rescuers of the tarot. They're on the quest, but they're also the rescuers. And I think you're just dealing with the situation. You're thinking, it's done, I'm drawing a line under it, I am moving forward. Okay, angels, what is the message, please? Okay. Yeah, remain positive. And this is about when you see things in a more positive light as well, when you have that positive approach, that's when you start to feel that shift of that Knight of Swords. Swords energy isn't always easy because the mind is such a powerful thing. But this is you very much getting on top of that situation, Aries, and just bringing a welcome change, I feel. Okay. So I'm using the Rider-Waite decks. This is the Radiant Wise. I think it's the Radiant White tarot deck. There's too many there. There's about 5 cards. Okay. So 5 cards are pulled. Past position, present position, challenge, advice from tarot, and outcome. We have the 10 of Wands. This is a past position. Kind of feel that that's very similar to the 9 of Swords for you. Okay, Aries. Your present position, Knight of Cups. Your challenge, 10 of Pentacles. There we go again, the 9 of Swords, Aries, the advice from Spirit. And your outcome, Aries. Oh my goodness. We have the Emperor. Beautiful. This is your card. Okay, go on then. We've got 3 cards. Let's just... I think they're determined to give me 3 or 4 cards for you, Aries, in the beginning. So we've got the Hermit, we have the 3 of Wands, and we have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so clarifying the Knight of Cups, Aries, we have 10 of Swords. Let's pull one more for that. Page of Cups. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Page of Wands. I'm going to pull one more for this. 10 of Wands again. 2 10s of Wands. 2 9 of Swords. Okay, the 9 of Swords, the advice from Spirit. Justice. Wow. I'm going to pull one more for that. Okay, we have the 2 of Cups. And the Emperor. We have the Lovers. You know, 4 of Swords. Oh my goodness, bottom of the deck is Judgment. Aries, my goodness, you have justice and judgment in your reading. Some of you have been through some big injustice here, or been treated poorly. You know, I kind of feel for some of you that it's somebody that you thought you could rely on. Okay, past position. So we have 2 10 of Wands here. This is the past, but it's also in your challenge to let go of this. Remember, judgment at the end is you've got to let go. You've got to make space for the new. And I understand. I mean, I'm feeling the energy. Some of you, like I said, when I saw the daughter romance, and I do think some of you are beginning to open your heart again, but this would have been where you have been challenged, absolutely, where you have had to come out fighting on the romance front to come to terms with this or get over whatever happened. 10 of Wands is somebody carrying burdens. It is a Saturnian energy. You feel this weight. You feel this pressure. You feel these burdens. It can be overwhelming. And some of you, whatever this is that you're carrying, this is baggage. I feel you're carrying baggage. Because we have the Hermit here. You know, the Hermit is shining a light from within on what is stopping you from moving forward. Sometimes, certainly with that 10 of Wands, is it a barricade? Is it stopping you from moving forward? Is it a block? You know, what are these burdens that you need to shine a light on to do something about from within? Obviously, we've got 2 9 of Swords as well. So in order for that Knight of Swords to come in, you need to shine a light on whatever this 10 of Wands, 9 of Swords is, in order to push past it, in order to find direction again from within. raise your vibration from within in order to move forward in your external environment. It starts from within. That's what the Hermit says. And I also think when you do, this can be about making sound judgment calls as well. But Aries, look at this. We've got the young Emperor at the beginning of your reading. We've got the older Emperor at the end of your reading. This is a big sign of whatever you've learned, it's made you stronger because you're coming into your power. We've spoken about this before, whether you believe it or not. This is about when you really channel your energies and turn your back on whatever it is that caused those burdens, caused that Nine of Swords energy. This is somebody who is regrouping, regaining their power. They feel that change from within. And they are refocusing on their own abilities. When they put in the effort, when they take action on their own destiny, on their own path, my goodness, do they make something happen. This is about your ships coming in. And remember, the Three of Wands, the young Emperor, has to go through the learning curves of burdens, pressure, mistakes, difficulties, challenges, all of this kind of thing. It's almost kind of like that is the learning curve that you have to go through in order to be the Emperor at the end of this reading. So I feel for some of you, you have gone through that journey. But I do feel the journey is taking a turn for the better as well. And believe me, the universe is saying it is on your side too, with the cards on the table. Nine of Pentacles. I feel that certainly what you're working towards, the Three of Wands is about your ships coming in by the effort that you're making. You're beginning to see a level of success only when you turn your back on whatever you needed to heal from, because it's done. And that's what I was feeling with the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Swords. You're just done. You are done with it, you are ready, you are moving on, and you are going to be successful. You are going to stand in your own right, you are going to rebuild solidity where there's been instability, and you are just going to make it happen in whatever context. You are going to be fine on your own. If you've been hurt in love, this is you regrouping, standing in your own light again. Some of you might be throwing yourselves into the career path as well. Furthering yourself on the career front. Sometimes we use that to compensate for other areas of our lives, but nevertheless this is somebody who is re-establishing their self-worth and self-esteem as well. Let's remember that too. Can also be a card of healing, where you've needed to heal. Remember, the Hermit is kind of like a natural healer too. So yeah, in your present we have a Ten of Swords, we have a Page of Cups. Yeah, you've been hurt in love. You have been hurt in love. Or somebody, that you, with the daughter romance being here, I feel it's love. Sometimes this can be somebody that you trusted, that you're emotionally connected to, that you were, deeply connected to, a deep understanding of each other. Ten of Swords is, each one of those swords go in this person's back. There is no coming back from this. You're going from a 9 to a 10 of Swords. The 9s are, things are nearly over, and the 10 is saying this is done. You are drawing a line under this situation. It is done. Or certainly that's what you want to move towards now, Aries. Because whatever this darkness was, and some of you would have gone through dark night of the soul energy, some of you might have been challenged mentally, emotionally, all of this kind of energy. I'm not going to rule out depression, feeling depression, things like temporary mental issues, trying to get perspective on situations, trying to come to terms with situations. I feel that in this energy for some of you, not everybody. But you see, there's a new day, a new dawn rising, and it is time to let this go. It is time to put an end to whatever this was, draw a line under it, because there is so much more to move towards now. I think this is all about regrouping, and it's all about coming back bigger, better, stronger. And I think you are. Again, we've got another night, 2 nights. We're talking about big change here. And I feel it's changed from within. Obviously, the Knight of Swords was to do with your mind. The Knight of Cups is to do with your heart, your emotions, your feelings. So you are moving on from whatever this situation was. There is a change within you. And you're beginning to open up to new opportunities. Now, that could be in any aspect. Sometimes, this can very much, more often than not, represent love. But this can also be moving on to self-love. Remember, the Nine of Pentacles can be about self-esteem as well. Yeah. Your challenge, Aries, I feel, is getting back on your feet. This is somebody, you see, I mean, the Page of Wands is a card of good news. But also it is the beginnings of change when you take action, when you focus, your energies, your power, your potential starts to just evolve. When you really focus and channel your energy, as you're ruled by Mars, it is energy, it is power. When you own your power, you can start anything. You are the fire starter, you light the fire. And I feel for some of you, your challenge is to light the fire now, Aries. Regroup, light your fire. Because this can be where you're not making space for the new. You see the Ten of Wands, there's no space for something to come in. And I just feel for some of you, with Judgment appearing here at the end of the reading, you're being asked to make space for the new now. Something that is far more fulfilling, that is far more in line with your potential. Like I said, I do feel you've been burdened. This can be the home, the family, relationships, that type of thing. People that you thought you would rely on for the long term. You may well have been challenged on that front. The burdens might be too difficult for you. You might have felt overwhelmed, which is not normal for you, Aries. Normally you can take on a lot of pressure. But here I just feel even you have been burdened. And I feel now it's time to regroup, refocus on where you're going. There is justice. I feel there is justice on your side. Some of you could be waiting on a decision or a decision to be made by a Justice Department arbitration. Legal institutions, government institutions, contracts. Sometimes this is can be sometimes separation, divorce, all of this kind of energy. You get the drift. That's what that Justice card can mean. But here's the other thing as well. This is a card of Libra, and this is a 2. Now this is generally love, but I feel for some of you the 2 and the Libra, which is all about balance, you are striving to get balance back in your life as well. And it's interesting that the Knights that have come up are the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords, the heart and the mind. So this is all about getting balance from within in order to overcome this Nine of Swords, which we've already spoken about, Aries. But remember, this is your own power working against you. This is Mars in Gemini. This is that kind of like internal tower energy working against you. And it is about to take, and the Emperor is about, I am not having my own power, my own Mars energy working against me. I'm going to take control of this. I am taking the initiative. I've got to remember who I am. All of this kind of energy. The Emperor sits on a throne. He is a sign of success. He is a sign of control. He is a sign of foundation, understanding how to bring solidity and stability in his life to launch his empire from. You're in a stronger position than you realize, Aries, when you really channel your skills, your abilities, your know-how, and focus and channel your energy and power. That is when you become a force of nature. That's when this is the staff of life. This is the orb that represents the world. I say this all the time with the Emperor. He shapes his life and his world. He takes authority. He doesn't allow the world to shape him. And you see, there is a sea change here. There is a change here. You can see where life has been burdened. This is somebody who is at the very beginnings of taking action, to take control of a situation and to move forward. And here at the end, this is the comeback. This is you in your power. And I think you're just getting perspective. Some of you might have choices to make. but it is in love. You are getting perspective, you are healing, you have recovered. You're ready to go now. Again, another 4. You're in a more solid position than you realise. And you know, this knight has been recharging, resting, recovering, getting his head round what has gone on. It could be in love for some of you. But he's got his sword at his side and he's ready to go. He's got a new plan, a new strategy to go out and win that battle. And that is what I mean. You are in a stronger position than you realise. It is time to move on with your life. It is time to move forward. Step into your light. Yeah. That is what Judgment is asking you to do. Now, I will say, Aries, and I did touch upon this, you've got Justice. You have Judgment as well. You know, this is powerful karma. If you have been treated unjustly to the point where this is the 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords energy, 10 of Wands energy twice. Yeah, I just know that you have to give this up to the universe now. The universe always rights wrongs. You might not always realise when, but it always rights wrongs. And it is time for you to regroup and let go of all baggage. And it is exactly that. It's dead weight. It is time to move forward and step into your own light, your own road, your own path. Get a high understanding of your situation and shine in your own light, you know. This is the wake-up call for you, Aries, because I feel, you know, with your card at the beginning and end of this reading, this is such a journey of empowerment and coming back to who you are. And that is what the cards, certainly angel spirits guides, are asking you to do now. Yes, you have been treated poorly. I can see that. Yeah. Trust in karma. There are karmic forces around you. And I feel that karma is certainly on your side now. But this is about you regrouping and understanding that you're more powerful than you realise. And you need to focus now in order to bring positive change, new opportunity. Yeah, that leads to success, you fulfilling your potential, you fulfilling your passions on every level. Yeah, get that drive back, yeah. And I know it doesn't resonate with everybody, but certainly that's how I'm feeling the cards. Because you're ready. You're ready. Yeah, there you go. Ask for help. Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone, and the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. Yeah, you know, Aries, I will say you rarely ask for help, but in this energy, when it gets a bit too much, if you need help, ask for it. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please do like, share and subscribe. I hope it's a wonderful week for you, and I will see you next time. Thank you.